Hi, hello students. In this sessions, we are going to see about the aptitude question practice, especially in mathematical problems. So I'm going to solve the 5 questions. These questions will covering the trigonometry, compound interest, and age calculations. So question number 25 to 26, those 5 problems are mentioned in the aptitude question paper. Myself, Bhaskaran. I'm assistant professor from RVS Institute of Management Studies. I'm going to help you to solve these questions. Okay, so let's move on to the questions. So question number 21. So what they are given, if we read this problem from a point of P on a level ground, the angle of elevation is given is a 30-degree and the tower is 100 mm height. So we need to find out the distance between point P to the P from the tower. So if you see this, yeah, this picture, so the P angle 30-degree is given. So the tower A to B is 100 meter is given. So we need to find out this distance from A to P, this distance we need to find out. So we need to denote here angle APB is 30-degree and AB. So this distance is 100 m. So what we need to find out? We need to find out this AP. Okay. So what is the given in the problem? So the angle is given, tower height is given, and point level ground is also given. So in this problem, we need to use the trigonometry, especially the tan theta. We need to find out. So the formula to find out the distance is 100 divided by tan 30-degree. So why we need to mention 30 degrees? So because this 30-degree is mentioned here in the problem. So if you see the calculation, AB by AP is equal to tan 30-degree is equal to 1 by root of 3, 1 by square root of 3. So this tan 30 degrees value is 1 divided by square root of 3. So we need to find out AP. So AP is equal to AB into square root of 3 into M. M is the distance. We need to mention M. So M is meter. Okay. So AB the value is given 100. So square root of 3 M. So 100 into 1.73. 1.73 is this square root value. So at last 173 m. So 173 meter is the distance. So this is the answer that we need to find out. So we are moving on to the second problem. So the 22nd problem. So this problem is deal about the compound interest. So the bank offer 5% of compound interest calculated on half-yearly basis. The customer deposit rupees 1600 each on 1st January and 1st July of a year. So we need to find out the compound interest at end of the year. So what does the bank offer? The bank offer 5% of the compound interest calculated in half yearly. So deposit amount is a 1600 on January 1st and July 1st. So uh, we need to find out the parameters from this problem. So parameter P is 1600, or rate of interest. P is principal, or is rate of interest is 5% per year. So in this case, if we want to mention half yearly means 5 by 2% per half yearly. So T is tenure is a 1 year. So if we apply this parameter value in this formula means A is amount. This formula means we will have this following steps. Okay, so we need to apply the parameter value to this mentioned uh, formula. So we will find out these steps. So 1600 is a principal into 1 plus R is what is R, or R is rate of interest 5. So it is yearly. So I have mentioned is 5 divided by 2. Okay, 5 divided by 2, right? So 5 5 by 2 is 5 divided by 2 into 100. Okay, into square. So n value is number of time interest is compound per year. So n value is 2. Per it is a half yearly, means per year it will comes twice. So I have mentioned is 2 plus t is tenure, 1 year. So at the end of 1 year we need to find out what is the interest. Okay, at the end of the year we need to find out what is the interest. So that we need to mention for this formula. Okay, so if we simplify this formula, okay, if we simplify this formula, it will comes next year. So if we simplify this, okay, 1 plus 5 divided by 2 into 100, if we simplify this, so it will come 41 by 40. Okay, 41 by 40. So if, it will mention as a square root. So 41 by 40 into 41 by 40 plus 1600 into the same 41 by 40. So in this two, so 1600 into 41 by 40 is a common. So we will separate this. So we'll take it out the common formula, means so 1600 into 41 by 40 in within bracket 41 by 40 plus 1. So again, if we need to simplify this 41 by 40 plus 1, means it will comes like 81 by 40. So this will come like 81 by 40. So 1600 into 41 into 81 divided by 40 into 40. So if we simplify this, means the answer will come like 3321, 3321. Okay, it is a amount. So if we need to find out the compound interest value, means we need to simply, so you can look at this formula, compound interest. So principal of 1 plus r by 2 nt. So this value, so we will find out this a value. So a value is 3321. So we mentioned is a 3321 minus p is a initial principal. Initial principal is 1600 plus 1600 is 3200, because per year 2 times they are investing 1600 plus 1600. So the final CA is 3321 minus 3200 is equal to 121. So rupees 121 is the answer. So 121. So that's all about the question number 22. So we are moving on to problem number 23. So this is also the same compound interest calculation. So what they are given, uh, what will be the compound interest of the sum of 25,000 after 3 years at the rate of 12% per year, compound interest per year, 12% compound interest per annum. Okay, so the parameter, if we look at the parameters, principal P is 25,000, time is 3 years, so rate of interest is 12%. So if we put this parameter into this formula, so A amount P 1 plus R by N into NT. Okay, so P 25,000 into 1 plus R is 12 by 100. 1 plus R is 12 by 100. So N 12 by 100. Okay, so T tenure. Okay, tenure is 3. Okay, so here what is N? N is number of times interested is compounded per year. Okay, so it is one time. So 12% compound per annum, 12% interest compound per annum. So they were calculating yearly basis. So this n will n, this n is equal to 1. We need to assume this n is equal to 1. So in this steps I have not mentioned in this one. So if we simplify this, okay, 25,000 into if we simplify this means 28 by 25 it will come. So 28 by 25 into 28 by 25 into 28 by 25. So together by this problem, so the final answer will come like 35123.20. 35123.20. So if we need, so what is the problem? We need to find out the compound interest. Okay, again, if we again, so from the amount, so from the amount minus the principal means we will find the compound interest value. So from this amount A, 35123.20 minus 25,000 is equal to 10123.20. This is the answer, final answer. So this is the final answer. So that's all about the question number 23. So we are moving on to the question number 24. Question number 24, again it's a tricky question. So we need to read the question form carefully. So it will comes like a combination of simple interest and compound interest. Through compound interest, we need to find out the simple interest values. So simple interest amount. Okay. So read the questions carefully. The simple interest of a certain sum of money for 3 years at 8% per annum is of the compound interest of 4,000 for 2 years at 10% per annum. Okay, what we need to find out? We need to find out the sum placed on simple interest. Okay, we need to find out the sum placed on simple interest. So what is the relationship? What is the given relationship in this two means? So simple interest for 3 years at 8% is equal to half into compound interest on 4,000 for 2 years at 10% per annum. Okay, so this compound interest value of 4,000 rupees principal, 2-year tenure, and 10% rate of per annum. Okay, so if we divide it by equal into 2 means, so the same amount will come, like the same amount will come, the same amount will come for this problem also. This simple interest of 3 years at 8%. So we need to first calculate the compound interest. Okay, so using this compound interest formula, right? So P is a 4,000 into 1 R by N. Okay, 1 rate of interest is 10%, to 10 by 100. So N is a, like as I previously said, per year how many compound will come. So it will come on once. So 10% per annum. So they mentioned like 10% per annum. So N value is 1. Okay, into 2. So here is they have mentioned tenure T is meant, this T they have mentioned like 2. So again minus P is the principal of this 4. Okay, so if we simplify this, so 11 by 10 will come. So 4,000 into 11 by 10 into 11 by 10 minus 4,000. So if we simplify this, so the answer will come 840. Okay, so this, if we divide it, if the 840 it will come. So this is the compound interest of this given problem. So what we have find in the relationship, the simple interest of 3 years at 8% is equal to half into compound interest. So 840 we have derived like a compound interest. So we need to multiply into half. So we need to simply 840 divided by 2. If we put means the final answer will come like 420. Okay, 420. So what is the, so again we need to find out the sum through means initial amount through simple interest formula. So look at the simple interest formula. So SI simple interest equal to P into T into R. Okay, P is the initial principal. So this initial principal we need to find out. So SI we already find out it is a 420. So P we need to find out T tenure. So what is the tenure? The tenure they have mentioned like 3 years. Okay, 3 years. They have mentioned like a tenure is 3 years. Okay, and the rate of interest is a 8%. So 8 by 100. Okay, so this SI we have 420. This phi we need to find. This T is 3 and R is 8 by 100. Okay, so we need to find out this P. So this T and this R will go to that side of the equal. So then it will come, denominator will go for numerator and numerator will go to the denominator. Likewise, so the final calculation will come here. So 420 into 100 divided by 3 into 8. So if we simplify this, so we will derive the final answer of 1750. It is the final answer. So that's all about the question number 24. So we are moving on to the final question of question number 25. So so here we need to calculate the age. It's a very simple concept. Okay, we need to find out the age. Okay, so the total, what is they given in the question? The total age of Amar and Akbar and Antony is 80 years. So there are three persons there. So three persons together, their age is 80. So what was the total of their age 3 years ago? 3 years before. 3 years before, what was their total age? So current total age of 3% is 80. So 3 years back, what was their total age? Okay. So current information, the total age of Amar, Akbar and Antony is 80 years. 3 years ago calculation. So each person, so 3 years before means, so each person's 3 years ago. In this sense, 3 into 3. Okay. 3% into 3. Right. So you understand. So the calculation is 80 minus 3 into 3. So Amar's 3 years before means from Amar age we need to minus 3, some Akbar age we need to minus 3 and Antony age we need to minus 3. So that 3 minus 3 only we have mentioned here as 80 minus 3 into 3. So 3 into 3, right? 80 minus 3 into 3. So 80 minus 3 into 3 is 9. So 80 minus 9 is equal to 71 years. So the final answer is 71 years. Okay, so what is the key takeaway from this 5 problems? That's we are going to see finally. Okay, so in this key takeaway, so we learned about the trigonometry, we learned about the compound interest. Okay, we learned about trigonometry, we learned about compound interest, and we learned about the age, total age, and from the total age, so what was their previous age? Okay, so that's all about the presentation of today. So if you have any doubts, please reach me in person. Okay, thank you very much.